We're going to show you a little bit more of our dust-up with him over New York values.
All right, here it goes, part two. You're in New York now. It's got to be a little bit awkward. So I've heard various interpretations of your remarks. What did you mean? It seemed like you were saying something kind of dark about New York during that debate.
Well, listen, the phrase didn't come from me. The phrase came from Donald Trump. It came from an interview Donald Trump did with Meet the Press a number of years ago, where he was explaining his strong support for partial birth abortion. And his explanation, he said, hey, I'm from New York. Those are New York values. They're not Iowa values. That was Donald's own explanation of why he supported partial birth abortion.
But it's different when I think a New Yorker says it than somebody from outside of New York.
Well, let me be clear. I do not support the values of liberal Democratic politicians. I don't support the values. When Mayor Bill de Blasio is elected, one of the first things he does is go up to Harlem and try to throw kids out of charter schools, young African-American kids, young Hispanic kids, because he's so in hock to the union bosses of the teachers' unions that he cares more about the adults than he does the kids.
You've made your case on that. But I have to say, as a New Yorker, I'm still offended. And I think that if you think long and hard about it...
Are you a Democrat?
I'm an independent.
Do you vote Democrat? Did you vote for Bill de Blasio?
She doesn't, but she can't comment.
But I will tell you this. You've gotten so much flack about New York values in New York. You're not, at this point, going to win New York. Do you wish you could take back what you said about New York values?
Not remotely. Because the values of liberal Democratic politicians, you know what, the people of New York are suffering under them. I was in Buffalo recently. People are hungry for jobs, and they're saying, for example, if you look at Pennsylvania, they have the Marcellus Shale. There are people who have high-paying jobs because they're developing their resources. Knucklehead liberal politicians in New York won't allow New Yorkers to develop their resources, and as a result, apparently they don't think New Yorkers want jobs.